So, E3 kicked off yesterday with a ton of live events from Microsoft and Sony and EA Sports and EA in general and Ubisoft, showing off all the new games and consoles that are coming out this fall and next year. So, I decided to put a little video together to find out from you guys which way you guys are heading as far as which console you will be getting. Are you getting both? Are you getting one over the other? And what the reasons are for that. So I'm going to just kind of go over quickly some of the things that I saw that I liked, didn't like, and still questions that need to be answered before you can really make an informed decision. So yesterday, obviously both consoles have already been announced, but yesterday they really went a little bit into more detail about which games are coming out for each system and some of the different features each system is going to have. We can start with the Xbox One. That was the first press conference that started early in the morning, 9 a.m. Pacific time. They started that thing. I thought the presentation was way better than any of the other presentations, besides maybe EA. I thought EA was really good, but the Microsoft presentation was very good. The way they brought the people out on stage, they talked about the games, they showed gameplay, they showed a lot of footage. One of the biggest things that I took out of both, really all of the conferences that happened yesterday, was that they threw the word exclusive around quite often, but it doesn't necessarily mean that those titles are exclusively for one console or the other. There are several games that are only for Xbox, and there are several games that are only for PlayStation. But we just need to get a little bit more clarification for that. Like, for example, Watch Dogs. They showed that as an exclusive thing at the PlayStation event. However, it is going to be available for both systems. So there's several examples like that of games that are shown on one of the consoles but are in all reality available for both. So until we really get a clear picture of which games are actually going to be exclusive for each console, it's going to be hard to make a decision. Now, I know for a fact, the TitanFall game, which is made by Respawn, which is basically a new company that started from all the people that got fired from Infinity Ward when that whole Infinity Ward Activision scandal happened. Those guys all left and started a new company. And if you watch the gameplay of it, it looks very similar to Call of Duty, but also mixes in some aspects from Halo with like jetpacks. You can do wall running. You can bring in these giant titans that you can get in, which is almost like your kill streak. So looks like a very awesome game, but that is going to be an Xbox One exclusive. So if you don't get the Xbox, you can't play that. Obviously, a couple of the big things for PlayStation, there's going to be a lot of, the price for one. Price is by far the biggest selling factor right now. A lot of people have switched over to the PlayStation side because they are going to be $100 cheaper than the Xbox One. So you can get the Xbox One, I believe they said in November, for $499, which is in all reality a lot of money, and you're paying that extra $100 because the PlayStation 4 is only $399, but you're paying that extra $100 on the Xbox side because it comes with a Kinect sensor, which I would have to imagine the core gamer doesn't really care too much about the Kinect sensor, being able to play Kinect games. But some people may use that if you don't have a capture card. Apparently there's built-in software to the Xbox One that allows you to edit videos and use the Kinect microphone to record commentaries right over your videos. Now, there hasn't been too much information on that as far as like how much gameplay you're allowed to record, how much you can edit, all that kind of stuff, but it looks promising that there could be at least something for you. They also have built-in Twitch.tv streaming right on your Xbox One, so right from the console you'll be able to stream right to your Twitch.tv account, which is kind of cool. PlayStation, their big announcements was obviously the price, but they also announced that there's no DRM on the PlayStation, which means you are allowed to take your game disc and sell it on Craigslist or eBay, or take it to GameStop, or give it to your friend, or let your friend borrow games, all that kind of stuff. Xbox is limiting that type of stuff from happening on your with your games. So basically, on the Xbox, a company like EA or Activision could say, we do not allow people to sell their used games. They could just flat out say that you can buy a game of Call of Duty, but once you buy it, it's yours. You're not allowed to trade it. You're not allowed to sell it. You're not allowed to give it to your friends. They can legitimately do that with the new Xbox. Then there's going to be other companies, maybe like an EA, where you buy a Madden game, and they'll only allow you to resell it back to GameStop, or you could give it to your friend for a fee. Maybe they'll charge you $10, and then you're allowed to transfer your license to your friend. So some kind of weird things that they did with that. It doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to me, but hey, it is what it is, right? But the PlayStation came out, flat out said that we are not doing that, and it was kind of like a jab to Xbox right in their face. It's kind of hilarious. And then also the price difference of $100, so $100 cheaper the PlayStation 4 is. And obviously, you guys are on this channel, you guys enjoy baseball, MLB The Show. It's going to be a PlayStation 4 exclusive. I mean, it's almost guaranteed that that's going to be the case. No mention of MVP Baseball from EA, so there could be no real competition or no real baseball game for the Xbox One. Obviously, 2K Sports, they came out with 2K13 baseball last year, or this year, I should say. There's no guarantee that they're going to make a 2K baseball game again for Xbox One either. So your only chance of getting baseball for sure is the PS4. There's certainly a possibility that there could be something that comes out for Xbox, but nothing announced. So with all that information, right now I have pre-ordered the PlayStation 4. Obviously, I have to be playing my MLB The Show. It's probably the best game that I play on all consoles, so have to get that. And the TitanFall looks like a great exclusive, and it's probably something that I will eventually get an Xbox 4 because of that game. Or not the Xbox 4. Xbox One, I will eventually get it just to play that game. But it probably won't be until next summer. That game does not come out till spring of 2014, so hey, you have time to get that. So going with the PlayStation 4 right now, and then maybe down the road get an Xbox. We'll have to see. Again, it's going to come down to what exclusives there are. Right now, basically both consoles are the exact same as far as specs, or very similar in specs. So gameplay on both systems is pretty much going to be the exact same. It's all going to come down to the games, and if some of the crappy things that Microsoft is doing with the always online, your game system has to check in once a day on the internet. If you do not check in, you're not even allowed to play single player. So some of those things are kind of annoying, and we've seen how that goes with like the SimCity game. If any of you guys played the new SimCity, they had a lot of issues with their servers going up and down, especially at the beginning. And you're going to see that with the Xbox as well. Every time there's something new and big comes out, servers have issues. There's a good chance you can get your Xbox One day one and not be able to play any games because your console can't check into their servers. So something to look out for. At least with the PlayStation, there's none of that DRM stuff, so you can just hop right in and start playing single player if their servers are down or whatever. So another big thing with the PlayStation 4 that they announced, you're now required to get a PlayStation Plus account to play online games. So they're going back to the same format that Microsoft has, where you basically have to pay $60 a year or whatever to play online and get the PlayStation Plus, which is just like the Microsoft Gold. But they have improved some of the PlayStation Plus features, like party chat now. So there's now a party chat just like Microsoft has, where you can have a party going outside of the game, and we're talking that, and everybody can be playing different games or use that to join each other's games. So some of that stuff is very cool. I've pre-ordered my PlayStation 4. Still have a chance to back out and get the Xbox One, but right now, definitely leaning towards the PS4. And hopefully you guys can leave a comment below. Let me know what you thought of the presentations yesterday, and which way you're leaning towards, PS4 or Xbox One. Obviously, both consoles are expensive. $100 cheaper for the PS4, I think, is really going to help the PlayStation get back and being relevant, because let's be honest, Xbox 360 outsold PS3 probably 2-1 at least, if not more. And I think it's because of the way PlayStation handled the release of the PS3, with the price point being as high as it was, when it came out. A lot of people that were avid PlayStation fans like myself ended up buying the Xbox 360 at launch because the PlayStation 3 was so expensive. Not to mention the Xbox 360 came out several months before the PlayStation 3, which also hurt sales of PlayStation 3. I think the PlayStation 3, they kind of screwed themselves by putting the Blu-ray player in. When Blu-ray was kind of state of the art at the time, it cost a lot of money to make those, so they were forced to spend a lot of money on the consoles, which means they were forced to charge a lot for those consoles, and I think that really hurt them. So I think it's a huge move for PlayStation to go with the $100 cheaper model than the Xbox One and basically get the same functionality that you're going to get out of both consoles. So I think that's a huge win for PlayStation, and I think PlayStation as a whole is going to get a much bigger audience of players on the PlayStation 4 than what we had with the PS3. So leave a comment below, let me know what you think and what your thoughts of both consoles are, which way you're leaning, and we'll talk to you soon. Peace.